Oh my.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Good Labs channel. In today's video, Garrett is gonna show us how to hit a stinger. Like me and Garrett have been saying, this is not really a shot that we like recommend people going out there to hit, but it actually is a really good shot if you're like into the wind and stuff, and you gotta keep it low. So Garrett, you're gonna go over it today.
There's a couple tips that I have on how I personally hit a stinger, and I'm just gonna kind of walk you guys through all of that. Hit some shots for you guys. It's a pretty easy to learn shot if you just do the right things. And like Grant said, it is a valuable shot to hit on the course when you're into the wind and trying to limit the spin just a little bit and get the ball to still go a far distance, maybe off the tee, or even if you're trying to roll it up on the green from like 250 with a 3-wood, and you might not quite have enough in the bag to get there. So let's go through it, guys.
I also want to make it very clear that there's kind of like two different types of stingers you guys are going to see. You're going to see one, a lot of the time on like Garrett's Instagram, I'll hit one that like starts out low and rises. That's not usually the ideal one. You want to keep it, when you hit the shot, you actually want to keep it low, and you don't want it to rise up into the air. You want to keep it down. That's the really good stinger that you're looking for. Tiger was the main guy that kind of started this whole stinger thing. He kind of patented it, but when he would hit it, guys, he'd hit like a 1-iron and it'd go like 290, but it'd roll out and the wind would never touch it. That's the best part about it.
All right, guys, so like Grant said, there are a couple tips, a couple checkpoints that I think of when I'm about to hit a stinger over the ball. Tip number one for me is always weight forward. If you're not having your weight forward, it's not going to go low. That's just how it is. Tip number two for me personally is I just like to feel like I'm staying over the ball. So a lot of times it's easy when you're transferring your weight to your back foot to like feel like you're almost swaying to some extent. For me, I like to exaggerate it, weight forward, and stay over the ball, and almost feel like, I don't really know how to explain it, I almost feel like I'm in an imaginary tube and all my body can do is turn this way and not that way. So you're not swaying, you're just turning.
People have said like a barrel, kind of the idea that you're in a barrel, guys. You have two lines here. You can't get outside either way. You have to turn within it. That's kind of the idea, to stay on top of it and pinch it into the ground.
And my last thing is ball position. Sometimes I'll move the ball just a little bit back if I'm trying to hit it extra low. That just helps with literally everything. Yeah, I mean, it'll just help you hit it lower.
Right.
I guess that's the most simple way of putting it.
And then obviously your follow through usually saw off a little bit. Sometimes you'll stop your follow through a little
Oftentimes that is correct. I will saw off my follow through, and that's just to basically like, I don't know, keep the club head going low and through the ball. And for me, it's a feel thing. I don't really know what it does in the golf swing when you do this. That keeps it a lot lower for me. So those couple checkpoints are what I think of. I would say like 3 to 4 of them. So let's go through them real quick before I hit the shot one more time. All right, checkpoint 1 for me, weight forward. Checkpoint 2, when I take my backswing, don't sway. So I almost just feel like I'm turning. Checkpoint 3. Checkpoint 3 is ball position a little more back than normal. That ball position just allows you to hit a little more down on it than you normally would with a 3-wood. And then for me, the 4th one, like Grant said, is an abbreviated follow through. Now, I don't do that all the time, but most of the time, yes, I will do that because that just naturally keeps the ball a lot lower. When you have that abbreviated follow through, you're just going low and through the ball through impact. So those are the 4 checkpoints for me. I get over the ball, you just got to trust it, and you hit the shot.
Guys, that ball play, if you can pull that off in front of your friends, they're gonna think you're pretty cool, I will say that. You can get up on the first tee and hit a little stinger, they'll be pretty intimidated. So let's hit a couple more shots, Garrett, and then we'll have Steve get up here, and then I'll hit a couple, and we'll all try and just, we'll rate our stingers. We'll see who hits it the best.
The biggest thing is actually for me personally, since I'm not swaying and I'm just staying over the ball, this is actually a really consistent shot if you're not trying to hit it too low. If you're just trying to hit like a nice medium height stinger, I feel like a stinger's a really good shot to just keep the ball in play once you get the hang of it.
And I feel like for those of you out there, if you're struggling really bad one day with your driver and you can't even get it in play, this shot is for you. Like if you need to get it in play and you're spraying your driver, take out your 3-wood and take a little bit of a divot and hit down on it and just try and get it in play.
This is one of those shots that I do most of the time feel pretty confident hitting, and that's mainly just because I've practiced it a ton. Fair warning for you guys at home, I would say if you're gonna practice hitting a stinger, don't just practice hitting a stinger all day because it will screw up your swing, and the main reason why is because sometimes it'll steepen your swing just a little bit, and that in turn can kind of mess up your full regular golf swing. So if you're gonna practice stingers, just make sure you're practicing regular shots as well.
Yeah, because I remember we were in Georgia, Garrett and I, and like right before we teed off, he was hitting stingers in front of people, and we went to the first tee and he kind of lost his swing a little bit because he never hit normal shots after it. So don't just go hit stingers and then go to the first tee. You gotta actually make sure you can make some normal swings after it.
I was legit on the range. I remember I was hitting stingers, and then I go to the first tee and I was like, wait, something doesn't feel right, and I was super steep and I hit a nice low hook.
A little bit too much spin there. The 2 before that, they kind of stayed low. That one rose a little bit too much.
Those are nice. I like
Yeah,
it.
let's get Steve up here. Let's have Steve hit a couple. He said he's really good at stingers. He said he's better than Garrett, so.
Wait, did you actually?
Yeah, I did.
We got a problem.
We got a big issue. Where's your little club? The key with hitting a stinger that would screw his drive up is you don't know. I just hit, I move it back in my stance and I hit down on the ball and I try to keep it low.
What words did you even just say?
What?
That's exactly why I absolutely love playing with Steve, because he doesn't know exactly what he's doing half the time, and that's what makes it great.
That's a nice little slice.
Yes, Steve.
See, I'm getting there. Stop.
There it is.
There it is, little fade.
Butter.
It only took me one try. I'm better with a 4-iron, I'll tell you that. The 3-woods, and especially with Grant's 3-wood, they just don't work.
It is tougher with the 3-wood. I actually used to use this shot like when in competition, so it is useful.
That was nice though. That was pure.
I tried to stop my follow through a little bit. See, you sliced it. I mean,
That was sick, actually. Last one here, I'm gonna try and actually take a divot, because I like taking a little divot. I don't know why.
yeah.
That just feels really like I'm in control of it, I will say that. The one thing that I noticed immediately with Steve is his follow through. He only holds it right to here. He doesn't go all the way around, he kind of just holds it off, which is good. Once again, he doesn't know exactly what he's doing. Can't teach that.
Sometimes the ball does what I want. When I see it do that, I'm like, let's do that again. And I just do the same thing over and over again.
Like, he's kind of like Dustin Johnson. He just does it and doesn't think too much about it, which is good.
It's the same thing with a 4-iron though. For me, I actually like to lean the shaft a little bit more forward whenever I'm hitting a 4-iron stinger, but same principles apply, same tips apply. The other thing that you can do, and this is what I do on Instagram whenever I used to post stingers, I don't really do it anymore. I basically would tee up the ball, I don't know, about 1 inch or 2 inches off the ground. And basically what that allows, you can actually hit a little bit lower, because sometimes when you're taking a divot, it'll ride up the face just a little bit.
True.
So when you have a tee, it makes it a lot easier to keep it lower.
Oh my God.
That's my tutorial on how to hit a stinger. I'm sure other people might do it different ways, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this Good Labs video. If you did, stay tuned for more content. Grant, what do you have to say to the people?
Going into this video, it was kind of like a fun little video, but it actually turned out being really actually good, because you guys can use this shot. Like I've said a million times, it's really good on the course. So hopefully you guys did enjoy that. If you did, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, peace out.